Hey, what's up guys? If you haven't seen these Milwaukee Fastback utility knives yet, you probably will because they've become extremely popular. And that's what I wanted to cover today was one, why have these become so popular? And two, if you decide to get one, which one should you buy? So there's plenty of different options for utility knives out there. And why has this become so popular? I think it's two main reasons. Reason one is Amazon. Or maybe better put, that most of the goods we get nowadays are coming in boxes to our house and we need to open them and we need to cut up those boxes to fit them in our trash or recycling bin. But the other possibly bigger reason why this has become so popular relative to like a traditional razor blade is because of this right here. Because that is fun. It's kind of like a fidgeting toy and it just feels so good and it's so satisfying doing that. Because if you're working with a utility knife or like breaking down boxes, you want to extend your blade, make the cut, and then retract the blade so that you're not putting yourself at risk when you're manipulating the material and accidentally nick yourself. So you want to constantly be displaying the blade and then putting it away a bunch of times, and just doing this is so much more enjoyable than doing this. In my personal opinion, that's why I think these have become so popular. If you disagree with that or have another reason, let me know in the comments. Now, obviously, it's not just the fact that it's really satisfying opening and closing this blade. It has some other good features like the ergonomics, the weight, but the main reason why I think this has just rose to the top and become so popular is that reason right there. Which leads me to my next point. If you're gonna be buying one of these, which one should you buy? And I think it depends on what you're actually going to use it for. And I think what most people are going to be using it for is just your typical homeowner around the house for opening packages and breaking down the boxes. And if that's the case, this would be the one I would recommend. It's the one that's made out of all metal. The actual item number is 4822-1502. Just real quick, there is a 1501, but it's the exact same as the 1502 except it doesn't have any blade storage, and it's about $1 cheaper at my favorite hardware store. But it's the biggest of the bunch and it has all metal structure. I also just think it looks the best. You can see the actual Milwaukee is raised and I just think it looks the best, but obviously that's an opinion. But there's a few reasons why I would recommend this one over these two if that's your use case. The biggest reason is listen to the difference. This one just sounds a lot better, and I can tell you it feels a lot better in my hand. Now, other than the fact that it's more satisfying opening and closing this, another good thing is that it gives you a lot more to hold on to when you're breaking down boxes. I'd say I have medium-sized hands, but you can see I have plenty of room holding the red part. Another thing I notice is if you look at it, it's wider than the rest, but the blade is actually pretty well centered when you compare it to these other ones. They're a little bit offset to the side. Like on this guy, I would say the blade is faced a little bit that way. Same thing with the small one here. Now these are tiny little details and not a big deal, but when it comes to actually tearing up boxes, this one is also, in my opinion, the most ergonomical and best for your hand. And obviously that's if you're not trying to be mobile and move this thing around. Now, if you're actually going to be on a job site and you need this to work, you might like the fact that this does have plastic. You'd think it'd be a lot lighter, but when I weighed it, as you can see here, it's not much lighter. That's even with the bigger one having a full 5 blades in there for extra storage, where this guy only has the 1 blade and it has plastic. I think it's this tool that's adding the extra weight. And then this one's actually like 25 to 30% lighter. So if you're really trying to be compact, I would go this way. So we know I recommend this one out of the bunch, but if you are gonna be mobile, I would recommend going with one of these because they're a little bit smaller. It's only a little bit thinner, it's only a little bit shorter, it's only a little bit lighter, but those things adds up when you're carrying them around all day. And like I said, I don't think this is completely a gimmick. Normally when I use these, I'll do something like that and it'll just annoy me, but this actually locks into place. It's very firm so that when you're actually using it, it's not going to collapse on you. That's how you bring it back in. So I could see, you know, in a pinch, this would be handy. And I could see this being really handy for something like putting it in a tool bag that you're gonna keep in your car for emergencies and stuff. Same with this guy. If you're trying to go ultra lightweight, go with this guy. It's got none of the gimmicks. It is the cheapest. It doesn't have any extra blade storage, and it is great regardless. I know a lot of people are saying they like this one more. It's got the bottle opener. It's got the extra tool. It does actually have storage for 1 extra blade. You'll see right there. It's got a little clip, hopefully it picks it up on camera. You push this in right here and then you grab your blade and you can pull it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, but that's why these are popular. I highly recommend it. Since I've gotten this guy, I've retired my other two blades that I've definitely got a lot of use out of, and I really haven't even picked it up since I got this guy. It really is just that much better in so many ways.